Le programme suivant sera en anglais.
Alhamdulillah, we have a show today. We're going to be interviewing Miss Beauvery, visiting from Philadelphia. She's waiting for us. Please follow me for another episode of Echo from TOUBA. Assalamu alaikum.
What am I supposed to do?
ربنا سكر الذي بالكاف والنون فشاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون.
How are you doing today? Glad to meet you too.
Welcome to Sénégal and Africa.
Thank you. I'm so
ربنا سكر الذي
appreciative. Mashallah.
فشاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Sadid lisani, nawir janani, safi amani, wazid barai. Viewers of Echo from TOUBA, welcome to the show. Today we're delighted to have a guest though coming from America, Sokhna Mélissa Beauvery, nicknamed Sokhna Maimuna, visiting of course from Philadelphia. We're going to get into the conversation soon. But before we start, I'm going to wish long life to the Khalif, Sheikh Muntakha Ibn Sheikh Bashir Mbaki. May Allah give him long life in all the projects, the work he's planning to finish. May Allah give him the strength to do that. And also giving our salam to my Sheikh, Sheikh Murtada Ibn Sheikh Abdul Ahad. But we're sitting with guests though, next to Sokhna Beauvery. To our right there's Sokhna Seynabou Cham, a disciple of Serigne Abdul Hakim, brother of the actual Khalif, very active though in community works and a lot of stuff. And a friend and a sheikh of mine to my left, Sheikh Faragay, very connected in America spiritually though, traveling back and forth and working on the path of Sheikh Abdoulaye J, an icon, a spiritual icon who lived in Senegal and traveled many times abroad to disseminate the teaching of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. Mélissa Beauvery, welcome.
Thank you, Jennifer. I am ultimately grateful for this experience all around. Yes.
And Mélissa, could you tell us a little bit about your educational background?
Sure. I have my bachelor's in anthropology of visual communications, which is an emphasis on how does visual art, commercials, religious images affect a society at any given time, and what it can tell us about a society at any given time.
Something that the commercial companies will need though, like Hollywood for instance.
Well, actually they know, and this is why they're successful, because they strategically study the importance and the spiritual aspects of even the simplest image that we see.
That has to do something with photography though?
Photography as well is one of them. But mostly commercials, images, film. Film can tell us how a society is living at any given time. Other visual works of arts, whether it be pottery, whether it be furniture, or the way people visually, what do you see? You know, just like in the hieroglyphs of the Egyptians, what is visual? Things that are in caves, you know, what is left behind that we can see.
Right. And also your early life in America, where did you start it?
Well, I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and I was born and raised in an area called Flatbush, Brooklyn, which is a predominantly Caribbean community. So I'm Haitian.
You're Haitian.
Yes, I'm second generation Haitian. My mother and father was born in Haiti. I was born in America. But as you know, because of political insecurity at the time of the 70s and 80s, it was a huge migration to Miami and New York City. So the Haitian population and culture is very vivid. You see street vendors like in Haiti, in Brooklyn, and things of the sort. So it's a very vivid Haitian cultural atmosphere.
Right. But after you finished your work though at the university,
Yes.
you kind of have get into an organization called
Yes,
Philadelphia
Philadelphia
that
Works.
that promote works and stuff.
Actually, yeah, my vision after graduation was, of course, working with my art,
Right.
or working curating, or perhaps getting grants to kind of do studies on certain things. So I wasn't really expecting the direction of working with the organization
Right.
I'm working with now. It was just by chance.
Right.
I had a contract because I'm a contractor separately to help them with some outreach to let the community know about what is available, and I stayed ever since. But Philadelphia Works is a government organization. They have them in every state of Pennsylvania that is encouraging employment and encouraging forms of education that sustains employment, such as literacy and particular crafts, such as plumbing, carpentry, and things of that sort.
Is that targets some special communities, or is it just diversified?
It's diversified, but there are certain communities that are more of need,
In need,
of
right,
such services.
Right.
So the demographics you would see meet their economic stance or their social stance and things of the sort.
Beautiful. I'll jump in that to ask you about the unemployment rate over there in Philadelphia. How is it right now?
Well, it is improving because our new mayor is strategically working with companies to increase employment. But even with the employment rate, it's not a fixed thing, because for it to be fixed, everyone would have to participate, just like a census.
Right.
You would really never know the exact numbers because not everyone is participating in delivering if they're employed or not. But the employment rate has definitely improved with the new grants that the mayor has given.
Because during the financial crash, though, a lot of companies,
A lot of companies
ran away.
left. And even a state like Philadelphia.
Are they coming back?
They're coming back, but like I said, a lot of these companies, or let's just say like the coal mines and things of the sort, are not they're not eco-friendly. So these jobs, are definitely not there anymore.
Right.
So you would see even a lot of former factories are now offices in Philadelphia. Majority of the offices were once factories.
Right.
So they're trying to make up for the loss of industrialization through bringing more modern stuff, but you still see the effects of remnants. A lot of abandoned buildings and abandoned companies. And
So the new president is right, though, saying America first, helping bringing back jobs. is he?
Well, I'm not sure.
Now, I'm not getting too political, though, but I'm just asking, you know.
Yeah, but I do know, I'm not sure how every state, because different states are affected differently.
Right.
But I know
But
that,
I'm saying he pulled out the Paris contract over there.
Exactly.
Not to be, kind of constrained by the global, whatever.
Yes.
So is he doing the right thing? Donald Trump?
I'm not sure. I think that the concentration could be a bit better. I think that they should be more focused on long-lasting work that does not affect your health.
Right.
I feel a lot of the jobs that are being introduced are jobs typically that deteriorate the health, things of the sort. So I feel it's like a rat race. It is a race to show, how superior. But the effects, the people will always suffer the effects of this competition.
Right.
His son will not work certain jobs that he's pushing for to bring back, like coal mines.
Right.
And we have to breathe in these fumes or things of the sort that makes it, complicated for us to live well.
Right.
So I'm not sure. It depends on how you view America or the interests. But the people, I'm not sure that is the benefit of the people for certain types of jobs and lifestyles and competitions.
Right. Because, there's. We talked about Donald Trump, though. Yes. By the way, we're delighted. We're very happy to have Sokhna Beauvery visiting from Philadelphia, graduated from Temple University. She just first time in Africa visiting Dakar, just came from TOUBA and visited GAYE as well.
Yes.
We're going to come back to that by the end of the conversation, of course. Before I get into, I just want to, you're a singer as well, right?
Yes, I'm actually more of a storyteller.
Right.
But there is no stories without song, especially in oral traditions. It carries a bit more when you do sing.
Right.
So I really wouldn't call myself a singer, but more a singing poet.
A singing poet, right?
Yeah.
How many
A
albums you
singing
have in your act?
storyteller. Well, actually, I only have one CD, which is called My Grandmother's Tongue.
Right.
And it was an introduction to the bilingual or the dual nationality, being a Haitian American.
Right.
It just has different poems on my experiences in being a Haitian American.
Right.
And I'm actually working on another CD now, which is called, and the title's in Haitian Creole, but it's also bilingual. It's going to be called Le Soleil Couché na Guinée, When the Sun Sets in Guinée. When we say Guinée, it's not the country Guinea.
Guinea of
It is
Africa.
all of Africa.
Right.
It is just our ancestral land back.
Right.
So it's not one particular country. It is this whole realm of our realness going back.
Right.
So when the sun sets.
Right.
And I really feel like I had like not writer's block, but I had blocks to complete it.
Right.
And going to TOUBA really emphasized the
A dream
missing
come
pieces
true, right?
that I needed
Right.
to complete the project for its relevance.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So, yes.
And also, when are you still fluent in
Yes,
Creole?
I'm fluent in Haitian Creole.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you recall the history of Haiti, is a lot of freedom fighters over there.
Oh yes, a lot of freedom fighters.
Right, absolutely.
Yes.
Who fought for human rights.
Yes.
And recalling also America with the fight, I mean, Martin Luther King and many others who fought really for Malcolm X and many others. What's the state right now of human rights in
Haiti?
In America?
In America, wow. That is such a complex question. I think that the human rights is in a deplorable state.
Is it?
First and foremost, in terms of what is being implemented with our health. You know, because if you're not healthy, you cannot do well. So I think that the factors of mental illness and just physical illness is extremely rampant in America.
Right.
And it's like a domino effect. If you're not right in the head or in your health, things of your society will not be right. And you know, there's a theory called epigenetics, where you carry genetics down.
Right.
And you would be, in a lot of places in America, especially a lot of black neighborhoods, homes are being built over mass burial grounds of slaves. People don't know this, but they may feel sad or agitated in certain areas versus others. So with the human rights, I think that it is very complex because when a formation of a country is against human rights, for human rights to sustain is kind of impossible.
Absolutely.
When you see what the natives have experienced just so the pilgrims can settle, that is, you know, a violation of human rights in the foundation.
Right.
So human rights will always be who benefits, but not every human will benefit, of course, in America. So I feel like there is no progress from the 1400s to now. There is perhaps false illusions of being comfortable, and that's why the visual communications always play a role.
Right.
But if you look at it, it's the same system. You work long hours of day just so you can eat and pay shelter.
Right.
And this is what slaves did before.
Absolutely.
And you can be antagonized for the simplest thing. It's a country that is key on justice, but if a police officer just feels alarmed, there goes your life. So the sense of human rights is according to who's the human. And for black people, for a long time, we were considered 3/5 of a person in America, not a full person. So when you see these type of things and how America is rampant with human trafficking, smuggling of organs. There is no human rights, in my opinion. There is no improvement.
Is there any
it's
hope,
just like
though,
sweeping the rug.
seeing the big picture? Is there any hope?
I think there is hope.
Some light under the tunnel?
I think the knowledge of self, the love for self, will spread through. If we think that our solution is external, it is not true. It will never be an external solution. I think within us, there will be a form of revolution of love and just betterment for futures to come, posterity. Because, you know, in a few decades, we may not even see certain changes.
Absolutely.
But it's to implement for the generations to come, the posterity. So I think with knowledge of self, the love of self, and the pride in self, we can build a lifestyle, or manifest a lifestyle that is more ideal. Because we have lived in a fear-based society. And then it's not just fear like, oh, the cop is going to kill me. It's fear like, I must succeed so I can prove X, Y, and Z, or so I won't be poor again. So nothing is, not nothing, but most things are more competition and fear-based.
Well, sometimes, though, from another side of the island, or from Africa, when we see some pictures, some scenes when African American or blacks or minorities being killed in cars next to children, we see every other. We like asking our questions. What's going on in a country, the most democratic countries in the world, exercising this type of violence? It's kind of mind-boggling for us. That's why we kind of ask those kind of questions, though. How later on in the future, maybe acts like that, you know, can help.
And it's so true. Like when I say with the visual communication, this image is to startle you. That is why the image is there. It is to startle us. This is why the image was there. In the past, when they wanted to teach someone a lesson, they would hang them for people to see for days. So that image is what's going to keep us fearful. With reason.
Absolutely.
You know, with reason.
New York is known as the Big Apple, though.
Melting pot.
The melting pot. What's the nickname of Philadelphia?
The city of brotherly love and sisterly affection.
There you go, love. And then we can just jump into spirituality, though, brotherly love. What's the structure of spirituality in New York and Philadelphia combined?
I see, honestly, I mean, lived in New York
in terms of
most
your
of
own
my
experience,
life.
though.
Exactly. I feel that Philadelphia has more of an emphasis on religion, period. When you see the older, I think African Methodist churches, the AMEs, religion and liberty was hand in hand. Religion and liberty was something that, you know, fused, but it was all with love. Even when the quote-unquote Quakers had to leave Europe, is because they could not find this freedom in lifestyle. So I think the foundations of Philadelphia is the love, which I think creates a large community. Working in community service, I see there are so many churches, mosques, so many temples in Philadelphia that it is outstanding for the population. So that sense of love, that sense of community is there within the religion.
Into like many groups, you know, promoting hate and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's seldomly any hate groups, but there are KKK, but it's out of Philadelphia. In Pennsylvania, yes, they are KKK.
They are,
But the KKK are people that you know, or you work for, or you know that it's part of the government. So you wouldn't really know in like Pennsylvania who is really the KKK or not.
So as a young African American woman living over there with the you know the entertainment in America, sometimes that can be very, you know, negative in terms of expressions, though. What was your experience in that, living in America and your first contact with some spiritual group? How did you manage?
Well, honestly, like I said, I grew up in a very Catholic home. And within that, there were certain activities. I was always in the arts. So my spirituality, I always lean more towards the arts of it. So if I was in any religious group, I'm actually doing the plays or things of the sort. So the actual ideology of the spirituality wasn't really an interest in there already, but just the feeling of creating in the art of sort.
So you believed in Christianity?
Yeah, actually, yeah, but not really. I think after 12, because anthropology, religions, and studies were something that was always very important for me.
What was your thought about, on Jesus Christ?
Well, I think after about 10 or 11, that did not resonate with me. You know, the Jesus Christ, the whole Catholicism did not resonate. Though everything is about energetics, is not the real thing, but the story behind the images did not resonate with me. You know what I mean? I also have a lot of Rastafarian friends and things of the sort that has more of a black approach. And that may appeal more to me, but then again, it wasn't like an absolute thing. Yeah, so my history with religion hasn't been such a strong grip throughout my whole life because of the social and community aspects of religion.
Beautiful. Again, we're having Mélissa Beauvery, Sokhna visiting, of course, from Philadelphia. We're talking about, you know, some experiences, the path through spirituality, through Islam. She just came into Africa just a couple of days ago. You're in America, you're there, living. What triggered first your visit here?
Honestly,
how did it start?
This specific visit is a result of meeting S.Fallou in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The funny thing is, I had a neighbor named Mélissa. Alicia that knew Fallou Gaye very well for years. But I lived on my block for 10 years, and she lived for 2 years. we never spoke. We never decided to communicate. She says, my sheikh is coming to Philadelphia. You should meet him. Me, I always rejected Islam because Philadelphia is a high concentration of Islam. But it's, to me, we're more of Arab-dominated Islam. So that was really repulsive to me. So I said, it's worth a listen. I don't think I'll care for it much. This is like my arrogance stepping in. But it's always worth a listen to just to learn and share. And I did not know about Sheikh Amadou Bamba before.
Never
I
seen
would
his
say
picture?
Never, nothing, not before August. I had no idea, no clue, no inkling at all. So when he came, it was a summer day. A bunch of people was there. Of course, you know, we're listening to some knowledge and things of the sort. But I was going through a very tough time in life. Like, everything was going wrong. You know, I was just feeling really tormented within myself. So, you know, after we were speaking and things of the sort, S.Fallou was just like, you know, he just said, he was about to leave, but then he says, no, 1 second. Then he started with the zikr, la ilaha illallah. And after he did that evening, I felt so much.
That was the first time la ilaha illallah
resonated.
That was the first
time. That was the first time I heard that, was that day, that initial meeting.
You didn't know what that means?
Nothing. I don't know anything of Islam. All I know is Allah means God. But that's it.
That
no prayers. None of it. I'm just like, whatever, you know? And I literally felt a lot of anger just being lifted off that quick. And just I couldn't fathom like how, in just a phrase in my mind at the time, have so much power to just lift up so much anger and just like repression. I was just feeling tormented prior, and it just definitely lifted everything.
Right away, on the spot.
Instantly. And it was, to me, I was just like, that is like too good to be true. Is this something else, you know? Like, he's coming from Africa, he probably coming with something else, you know? The profoundness of that, to me, was just, unbelievable. And at that moment, I was like, wow, there is definitely something. And like I tell you, I participate in all types of religious stuff, but more for a social aspect. But that feeling was a distinct feeling, you know, that evening.
You felt that something was coming.
Exactly.
So when you left that group, though, you went home. What happened? You thought of, okay, I'm going to Africa.
No.
I'm going to go meet.
Not even.
So what triggered the
I just
trip?
said, you know, thank you, because I'm about the journey. I always say sometimes you need different things with different people, but I still didn't give it no importance. I just said, you know, it was amazing to meet him. It was amazing, but it still didn't push me. I felt the difference, but it still didn't push me enough to say, okay, this is going to be my way of life. Never, you know. But I was always just open to learn. Not even no interest, but it's just like, to me, religion is just like whatever. So even then, I didn't say, okay, now this is my path. Not even then. Even when I felt the difference, you know. But it was throughout a lot of communications. Because I am a fiery person by nature. And then, you know, S.Fallou would really speak about Sheikh Amadou Bamba, like when he was being deported, you know, plots to kill him, and he kept his peace. Like you said, Haitians are very revolutionary. And, you know, 13 years of fighting, and there's a term called couper tête boule caille, like cut their head and burn their house. And that was my response to anger every time. And S.Fallou said there's no need to respond that way, because you must pour love into every situation. So that concept, of course, every religion has that concept of pouring in love, of peace.
Is the one who controls his anger.
Exactly, And that was one thing for me to master, was just really controlling the anger that in fact made me prisoner or kept me like in very tormented feelings and things of the sort.
Beautiful, beautiful. So the trip itself, though, what happened? You just said, I'm going to go to Africa.
Honestly, I've been saying I've been wanting to go, right? Because after I've been...
You've been in the Caribbean, though, in Jamaica.
Yes. Cuba, Puerto Rico, all these things. But I did not say I'm coming. I said, okay, I wanted to come and visit, because of course I feel like there are some revolutionary fighters who supposedly come from the Sénégal area, who were also, you know, Muslim. So I said, I must visit to see what it feels like. But every time I was supposed to come, something would happen. I would have floodings in my home. A vehicle, like I live in the middle of a block, a vehicle broke in front of my home, so it was always expenses. Or I have family in Haiti, they're sick, so I had to send money. So every time I had to come, plan ahead, the money never came through. So a week before the Mago, the recent Mago, I let him know, mysteriously the money just came through for me to come. It was a week before. Imagine you must tell your job a few weeks notice or months notice when you're gonna take a vacation. The money just came and I said, I'm coming Friday the 13th. I didn't know about the Mago at all. I did not know that it was gonna happen at all. I just said, this is the date. And I was supposed to get it.
The big Mago, the Kazu Rajab.
Yeah, the Kazu, exactly. And I didn't know about that. I didn't know about it at all. So I said, I let him know a week before, this is the date. And he says, really, this is the date you picked? That is definitely ironic. But even then, I didn't put much to it. I says, okay.
You must be spiritually connected to S.Fallou.
I think so. Yes, I think so, because I definitely feel, I definitely felt that energy out of all of the sons. I felt that with him. So I didn't even know, to tell you the truth. I did not think much of it. Even I said, okay, I'm coming to Senegal. I had no expectations at all. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't say, oh, I want to go here and I'm going to be profound and change, and, you know, give all of that dramatic stuff. I just said, you know, I'm really just coming to Senegal as a child. I'm coming back. So, and that was the most important thing to me, is just coming back. And when we speak about Gory Island, I will let you know. And that's all I wanted to do, was just come back to see what would it be. But I did not think I would have these experiences upon coming back, in a short period of time.
Spiritual pilgrimage, though.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, again, Miss Beauvery, Sokhna May, visiting from Philadelphia, though, and please visit our page, though, Eco from TOUBA page, and don't forget to hit the like button, and you know, follow us on YouTube as well, though, and all the into the mainstream media. Also, you coming from America, and here we go at the airport. Where did you go at first? From the airport here, when
I came here, I had a connecting flight. It's interesting, in Turkey, but it was only supposed to be Turkey. Then the plane stopped in Mauritania, and I did not expect that. And Cher was telling me the importance of Mauritania afterward. I got here, I waited for hours in the airport. My luggage was not here. But I know that I had to go straight to TOUBA that evening. So upon arrival, without my luggages, I went directly to TOUBA. Yeah, I didn't even say, okay, I'm gonna stay in the car.
It was holding you from coming, right?
Exactly, but ironically enough, someone made a dress for me, so I had what I needed to go to the mosque that evening. And
so here you go, from the airport, to TOUBA.
Straight to TOUBA.
Still into the spiritual or religious thing, though.
Yeah.
So once you first see the city of TOUBA,
what was your first impression?
My first impression was, it feels like home. Because I come from a city called Miragouane in the south of Haiti, which is like, it's a high Muslim population, ironically enough. But just the atmosphere and everything made me just feel like home. At that point, I didn't feel like I came to a place that I've never been before, but I'm like, I'm coming back home to visit family and friends. And that was the reception of the people immediately upon coming.
Right. So you went there, you went to the mosque, to the library. Where did you go?
Well,
visiting?
I came the 13th, the 14th.
That's the date, the Magal date?
Yes. Then then the 14th, I decided to go to the mosque. That's the first time I've stepped foot into a mosque in my whole entire life. I didn't know what to expect. You know, my hair was kind of out. You know, they're very strict about that.
The bifals will tell you, okay.
They stopped me at the door like, listen, hello. Okay, like, listen.
Not violently, though.
No, not violently, but just out of respect and just the
True.
principle of everything. I didn't know how to dress or, you know. But what I love about Chef Arrogate, he's very tolerant. He wants you to have that experience.
Absolutely.
Step by step. So he didn't be like, wear this, wear that. He didn't say any of it. He was like, are you ready to go tonight? I said, yes, I'm ready. He says, okay. He didn't say, I was dressed. He didn't say anything about how I was dressed. And then when I arrived to the mosque, and we were walking around, And this is where I meet Sokhna for the very first time.
Right.
She is sitting with a group of people. Like, you felt the warmness already.
Right.
And of course, because I do not speak Wolof, some people thought I spoke Wolof.
Right.
She said something, but I did not understand. So it was Chef Arigay that...
To you
Yes,
first?
yes.
Unbelievable.
And I didn't understand, so of course he was translating, and she was just like, sit here. So I sat down. But at the moment where I sat down, I felt this solidarity. Like, it was just like I'm meeting a mother again. The energy that radiated from everyone that was there was something I've never experienced before. Then she started speaking again about Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba.
That was the first time you heard about him?
Yeah, no, the first time I heard about him briefly was in the summertime prior to coming, but I didn't even do more research or anything of the sort.
Right.
But then I think we sat in between where Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba is buried and where S.Fallou is.
Right.
So it was just
By
like
the
at
palm
that,
trees,
yeah,
right.
exactly. So it was just at that area. So we started speaking, and then she started speaking a lot like what she felt when I was there. Like I said, I wasn't covered, and she gave me her scarf. She took her scarf off of her and just gave it to me.
Right.
She says, I feel like your heart is there and the intent is there, but you came here to definitely manifest this that was already in your heart.
Right.
And from that moment, it was a joy. Everybody that was around, people took off their beads and gave them to me.
Right.
They took off their jewelry, their watches, they gave it. There was a perfume in the mausoleum in there. The guys in the mosque took it and gave it to me. And it was...
You were the attraction.
Yes.
A guest of Sheikh Al-Khadim.
Yes, and at that moment, I felt like Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba says, you know, I came to take care of you. All you had to do was just follow and listen. Like, I came to receive you with so much family.
Beautiful.
And to me, that was the moment where my family expanded. I felt like I had a family that I knew forever. The only person I was comfortable with was Chef Faragay because he was non-judgmental. So I did not know what to expect. I didn't know if I was going to be discriminated against because I'm not Muslim at the time, because I'm from another country, or because I do not know much. So I was
Even the Quran teaches that though.
Yeah.
La ikra fi din. Don't be pushing people, don't be judgmental to others though.
Exactly.
He's just practicing what you know the Quran tell him to do.
But that's not really what the Muslims do in America.
Well, right.
for
That's
the most
another
part.
story though.
So that's what I'm saying. So
Right.
that's to show you the contrast.
The contrast,
Of
right.
experiences. Then with Sokhna, it was just a profound love that was spreading. Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba was like, here is your family. You know what I mean? And it was beautiful. We were crying. It was just an intense feeling because it was like a profound love spreading. And that's the first time I felt in a collective group of a sort that much sincere. Because some people give you their teeth, yeah, but you know, that's as far as it goes. It doesn't reach here. But it was like a profound love immediately. And I felt Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba's presence like, this is the beginning, this is what I wanted you to be here.
But in order to hit the beginning though, there's a line to cross though.
Yes. Yes.
When was the time you...
At that same moment, where I was sitting. Yes. At that same moment where we were sitting in between. Yes, from Chef Arigay. Wow. And I felt like that was...
What did you say?
I didn't know it would feel so natural because I was nervous about that. I'm like, is this some type of initiation of some sort? Like, what's going on?
Right.
Beforehand, I didn't know what to expect. Like, whoa, this may be some type of weird initiation, though I gotta do something embarrassing or crazy. But it was really that natural. Just speaking life to my faith was just that natural. And I never thought it would be that natural. That's what gave me reluctance. Because I felt like it would be too complicated. But it felt as natural as a breathing at that moment. It did not feel pressured. It felt like the perfect time.
Well, you guys witnessed that just a couple of days ago on Kazu Rajab night. She came in from Philadelphia, converted in Islam, and definitely being as well a murid on the path of Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba. Beautiful story though, in front of Sheikh Faragay and Sokhna Seinabu Cham as well, by the courtyard of the mosque of TOUBA. So there you go, converted, being a murid,
Yes.
and now there's a way to go in terms of learning, in terms of getting to know Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba. Can you tell us about what do you know yet? I mean, it's been just 2 days on Sheikh Al Khadim. Your feeling about your plans with
My plans at the moment showed me that I must spread this love. Like, not too many people are informed. This love must spread. And Chef Faragay always says something: when something is good, you do not keep it, you share it with everyone. And I feel that it is imperative to know that there is a black love. They will say, because I'm coming from America where they go against the black unity and black love, but it exists even in religion. Even when you see his face, a black man that is out to just give love and peace. When they expect him to be aggressive, the black man in America is just like a image of aggression, an image of, hate.
Right.
But he really emphasizes the love. And what impresses me more as a poet is his poetry. He's like the poet's prophet of a sort, because to know, as you are a writer, poetry is not even about words, it's about how you feel. And that's my experience as a murid, how I felt. Compared to everything, I've assisted every type of religious activity, but the feeling I felt was like no other. It was incomparable. And I feel like that's what poetry is. So to know that, he's like the poet's prophet in terms of you take away the formalities of thing and just really dive deep into love and learning. And it's a form of pride to see how he was able to eloquently express every aspect of life.
In very difficult times.
Yeah.
And he's the most prolific writer ever known, though, in Africa.
Yes.
I believe, I don't know about the, but I believe in the world, though.
I'm assuming
he's been
so.
writing, and all his work, each one of them is just outstanding,
Yes.
beautiful. You'll get to know him, inshallah, by the Sheikh.
Yes.
Mawaibu Nafi,
Yes.
Bismillahi,
Yeah.
Yanmulluahi, Bila Manahi, Walantiahi. These are beautiful words
Yes.
from this, and many other poems. You're a songwriter, you inshallah get to know that. So after you left the mosque, where did you go with the, what happened after?
After the mosque, of course, we were taking pictures with my new family.
Right.
And just experiencing the moment, because I was still in awe. I did not think I would have such a reception, such a royal reception.
Right.
It was a humbling feeling. So the whole night, or for days to come, I was like floating, like flying, because of the joy, because of the love, because of the solidarity.
Right.
It was just like, it made me like, wow. I was like in a different realm.
Right.
I wasn't on planet Earth for a few
Right,
days.
right.
And people go through complicated initiations just to feel that. And it was just as simple as just speaking life into,
Right.
myself. And it was just a feeling, till this day, like, I now feel
right?
completely transformed. I'm still in awe, like in terms of the reality, because it's like nothing will be the same again after experiencing
in just
that.
a couple of days, right?
In just a couple of days.
Right. So there you go. You left TOUBA, I believe, 2 days ago.
Yes.
And we in Dakar
Yes.
right now. And after you came to Dakar, you went to visit an island here.
Yes, Gory Island.
Full with history.
Yes.
That's where all the boats, carrying slaves
Yes.
used to go, though, to hit the Atlantic. And
Yes.
they went to America and next to those islands over there. What was your experience, though, visiting Gory Island?
At first, I was reluctant to go.
Well, you were lucky you visited TOUBA, though, to get to,
Yeah.
all the stress out first,
Exactly.
right?
At first, I was very reluctant to go because symbolically, I live in another side of the world. What if I don't come back anymore?
Right.
So going there was like a bit, I guess, in the epigenetics, traumatic.
Right.
I really wasn't enthusiastic to go. That was my least. It was a beautiful experience, but that was my least enthusiastic visits only because of the history of it.
Right.
People did not come back once they went there, you know? So to me, it's just like symbolically, what if this is my only trip? What if I don't come back? What if like Goree Island is a curse for me? It may not be a curse for the natives because they're here,
Right.
but what if it is a curse for me to even go?
Right.
And I had
Traumatizing,
it
eh?
was very traumatizing. I had bittersweet feelings and memories to see how they were kept captive in different rooms and how they were weighed, and just that door
Right.
was the most traumatic thing. Just to see that little door is where they pushed out and will never return.
All the shackles over there.
Exactly.
Right.
And just to know that we experience so much before, during, and now as black people, you know, around the world. Just to know a lot of people died in the sea, got sick in the sea.
absolutely.
Some people were, Cheryl was showing me a room where the people who were sick. Some people probably died right in this room, you know?
Right.
So to have that as a last memory is the most traumatic thing. It really was heart-wrenching
Right.
to see that we had to go through this to get to the other
Where
side.
we are right now. Sad.
But the beauty of that also showed me that we got to the other side. Now for me, I'm in the other side now to spread the message of Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba. And that is what always bring us back and keep the connection. So we had to spread so things can spread with us, so things can grow with us. But unfortunately, it's like a seed cracking open. It goes through a lot of difficulty before, you know, coming through, you know, something being very fruitful.
Right.
So it was a bittersweet experience. I cannot say, oh my God, I love Goree.
Right.
You know, you'll see some white people, they love it, you know, because, you know, the ancestors thrived off of this.
Right.
This is like a museum. But to me, this was really an experience. This was the epigenetics. I'm feeling, you know, the fear of the women that know that, wow, where I was, I got sold and I'm not coming back, you know? And some people die to come back. And there's even a, you know, it's just like a saying in Haiti.
Right.
Some people come to America from Haiti and never come back due to maybe if they're in political asylum or something like that. So to know that you cannot come back where you are comfortable.
It's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking that someone else controls your comfort or controls where you arrive.
And that someone else also is writing history, though.
Yes.
So it's always good to go to the source,
Exactly.
though, to have your own experience.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's a saying that says, until the lion knows how to write, the
Right.
story will always glorify a hunter.
Absolutely.
And that was the experience that I had. Like until I got here,
Right.
I wouldn't understand
Right.
the importance,
Right.
you know?
Beautiful.
But yeah.
S.Fallou was telling me there was a meeting over there of Caribbeans, though.
Yes, there were,
you
and
know,
actually there was
for
a mumble that I
reparation.
knew that she probably couldn't make it from
I believe in
Haiti.
Senegal they have a project of a renaissance of slavery.
Yeah.
They have a project of building a statue
Yeah.
by, you know, the Corniche.
Yes.
And just to celebrate that thing, though. I mean, slavery.
Yeah.
So reparation, you know, giving money to other countries who, you know, were victim of slavery.
Yeah.
Where the money should go? Where the money should go? To the countries or to the diaspora?
Yeah.
What do you think about the reparation thing?
Wow, that is a very complicated thing.
Is it?
With reparations. As you know, money is a fleeting thing. This is something,
Right.
to me, that's not even real.
Right.
It's introduced due to lack of resources, you know?
Right.
So it is not money to me. I would feel like reparations for
It's
me.
not a proper word.
For me, like in America, we were promised 40 acres and a mule to work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Reparations to me is what can we build going forward. There's no amount of money that can pay back what we experience. Can we build back? They knew not to give us the 40 acres and a mule. We would control our food. We would control how we live. We would control not living in tenement buildings filled with rats and roaches. So to me, the real reparations is giving us space, literal, physical space to grow. Because as you know, the money comes right back in the hands it's being given from, you know what I mean? It recycles right back into a system. I feel that if we had more land or more opportunities for farming, more opportunities for growing communities of school, that is reparations, how we heal. You giving somebody money is like giving a dog a biscuit, like, shh, be quiet.
Right.
You know, to me, more land and more opportunities for a global growth as reparations to me. There's no amount of money that can pay my ancestors' blood. You know how many people died? You would have to give money for everybody that died for for like hundreds of years. You would have to give money not just for me, but for everybody. That's impossible. That's totally impossible. So I feel like that growth, also that intellectual growth, and this is what impresses with me with Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, that intellectual expansion of mind in general is the beauty and the pride of being a Murid for me.
Beautiful.
You know, yes.
He said he worked hard though for the freedom of Muslims, of humanity. He even said, I broke the shackles, I helped bring freedom, I help out human. He said, "Qad faka qabla, qad basa fadla, fadru wala, wa naf'u jari." I broke the shackles. I brought freedom. From now on, there's going to be goodness coming in the community. By his only own work, though, going in exile, worshiping Allah, writing beautiful poems of love of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then proving TOUBA today is a center of a big center of spirituality. Of course. Again, almost our show is over though, because we had over 45 minutes. It's just 1 hour, and we're going to have to talk to for a guy and also Sokhna Cham. So this is the end of your trip almost though, going back to America.
I'm going back today.
You living today?
After this, it will be time for me to go to the airport and leave.
Planning to come back again?
Oh yes, I just like have such a love.
Maybe some days to move to TOUBA.
I would love it. Honestly, I would love to move to TOUBA.
Inshallah.
I would love to be here because I really feel very safe. Especially when I was in TOUBA, the level of protection, the level of love that just surrounded me every single day was just beautiful. Then I got to meet a bunch of people and became more friends, and families, and TOUBA would be something.
What's in your plans though when you go back to America for Sheikh Al-Khadim, for Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba?
Just definitely spreading the love to non-believers like myself, because I was the ultimate non-believer. Right. So just showing that it is as simple as loving someone. I'm not here to force feed you anything, but just to share the love and the pride of what it means to have for me, a black religion that is emphasized on love, on intelligence and expansion of everything, Even his visions for the mosque was just beyond our comprehension today. And I feel like that type of innovation would allow us, that would be the healing balm for us, to be innovative in everything that we do. Because Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba is just like this excellence. It's just like somebody staring at you like, will you be excellent or will you be mediocre? You know what I mean? So it's just like that strive for excellence in every way. Even like in the strive to combat your ego. Sheikh and I, we went to St. Louis and I saw his interrogation room, you know what I mean? And then me, I'm like, if I had all of these powers and gifts, everybody was gonna be straight murdered. So they was gonna find everybody just gone. But he really proved that you cannot fight someone who already won. Like you can't fight a winner. And it's that excellence that that really inspires me and I strive for. And that is one thing that is beautiful in this whole experience, is striving for excellence. Because even with S.Fallou and Sokhna, they both personally experienced some things that could have perhaps take them out of the route, but they strive for that excellence, that ultimate love and devotion that will transform. Like I experienced the instant transformation. So I could imagine.
Time is running out. We just leave, take advantage of while we're here. Though.
Exactly. But that shows that this excellence just needs to grow. It cannot go back. It cannot regress. Like a growing tree, it cannot come back as a root. It can only keep on growing and growing. So I am very humbled by that.
Beautiful, Sokhna Mélissa, Sokhna May, and amazing. Always the Sheikh amazes though with actions like this, meetings like that. With Sheikh Al-Khadim is kind of always very usual though to have experiences like that in TOUBA, knowing the dimension of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, who promotes peace though, love, but you know, known by knowledge, you know, but special dedication though. But I'm you know, I'm hopeful with Sheikh like Sheikh Faragay, you know, how spiritually set he is, knowledgeable, and helping you in good hand, inshallah. And also Sokhna Seynabou Cham with the help she's doing. Always though terrific. I mean, alhamdulillah. So what's going to be your last word? And also for Iko from TOUBA.
For Iko from TOUBA, just know that, you know, it echoes. Everything is spreading like a wave, whether it be sound, whether it be water that keeps us. The echoes are profound. The depth is profound. So I leave with this profound love and pride to be a Murid. A profound love and pride to know that Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba really has my back. You know what I mean? He's definitely leading forward, making meetings across continents. You know, at the time he came back, Chair came to Philadelphia, I was planning not to live there. I was living in Florida for a few months. I came back for a small time and was planning not to live in Philadelphia anymore. Had I still stayed in Florida, I would have not met him for this to expand. So he really shows that God is always in control. And it is your devotion that will speak for itself. Nothing else but your own devotion that will speak for itself. And that is a humbling experience for me.
Beautiful, beautiful last
and I
words.
thank you,
as well as Sokhna Beauvery. Hopefully you're going to come back and we're going to have you again.
Yes, I would love to, inshallah.
This occurrence and this opportunity have been very, very much appreciated. It's not of our, you know, our force or our thinking or our will for all this to happen. It was just Allah's manifestation through Ahmadou Bamba's work. This is the way Sheikh Abdoulaye Dieye always used to say it. I am just a mouth that was open to say the right words of Allah. And Allah knew already those hearts that were open enough to hear, to see, and to follow. And Mélissa decided to follow. And she took the name of Sokhna Maymuna, the one, Ahmadou Bamba talks a lot about Maymuna. He used a lot that word, that one, that openness, that chance, that factor of chance coming from Allah. That's who she is. What happened in TOUBA was amazing. She said it herself. All I do is to invite people to meditate her experience. Not to meditate with their mind, but to let their heart listen, hear, understand, and follow. We inviting the whole world to TOUBA to come join who is called the ocean of mercy. Ahmadou Bamba is not for Senegal only. Ahmadou Bamba is for the entire creation. He called them Wallahu yansuruni wal qalqu tadba'uni fil barri wal bahri za naf'in bila dararin. That's very eloquent. He called to the entire creation, because when you get the assistance of Allah with the means that come with it, you have to take care of the entire creation. And his message was very clear, and this is one moment of the proof of Ahmadou Bamba's universal message. That is the message of Islam. Sokhna May had the most beautiful gift in her trip. The most beautiful gift was she was given a mother to introduce her into the Muridiya, Sokhna Seynabou Cham. I don't need to present her. She will do it herself And people know her all over the world for her devotion and her love for Ahmadou Bamba. And that love permeated today and will continue all over when all those people will come across her path, and they would be amazed how woman has an equal importance in the path of the Mouridia and in the path of Islam. I wanted to thank them, to thank Sokhna Maimouna and Sokhna Seynabou for giving us an example of woman in the path, giving us an example of the colors of Islam. The colors of Islam. Islam has many colors. Diversity, diversity of hearts. Those talking hearts that want to share the love that is a universal love of Allah. Thank you very much.
ñoo ngi sant yàlla di julli ci yonent yàlla Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam di sant Cheikhul Khadim suñu yaakaar tey ëllëg di sant maam Cheikh Ibrahima Fall mi nga xam ne yoon wi ñu nekk ku yëg ak ku daj ak ku bëgg ku nekk rek dañ laa yëgloo dañ laa bëggloo dañ laa dajloo te loolu bagage maam Cheikh Fall la ñoo ngi ko koy sant moo ne woon ci guddi gi moo ne woon ker gi fii la nekk bi bët setee ba ñu xoolee fa mu joxoñoon mooy joxoñ bi ba tey suñu jataay bi jaaraam maam Cheikh Fall lu waay feeñal ci yoon wi rek ndamul maam Cheikh Fall ndax ba mu mettee ba bëgg jafee ba liggéeyal jafee ba bàyyi lépp jël sa lépp jox ko Serigne Touba woon lépp ginnaaw ni Cheikhul Khadim jëlee woon boppam ne dan yàlla ak yonentam bàyyi ab dëkkam bàyyi ay bokkam bàyyi ay doomam woon lépp ginnaaw liggéeyal yàlla suñu borom liggéey boo xamee ne nii liggéey ba amu ci néeg naa da ko ne dan rek pas-pasam bu rëy ba mu fase woon la mu joxañoon la mu dëgmaloon am na ko nu ko kenn mësta amee ci yàlla ak yonentam moo tax Serigne Touba dara jomb ko suñu borom faye ko lépp ba ci jataay bi maam Cheikh Fall ni wëlbét moom it woon lépp ginnaaw ne dan Serigne Touba moom itam la mu façon mi ngi ci loxoom la mu façon mooy suñu jataay bi jaaraama maam Cheikh Fall jataay bi sama diggante ak soxna si li nga wax boo gisee nii may waxee temps bi ak xamuñu sax lu ñuy wax waaye maa ngi seedeel yoonu murit di seedeel mboolem jullit di seedeel ñëpp ku ma bokkal sëñ Touba li ma gën a yéem ci sama diggante ak sëriñ bi lii bokk na ci lii nii moom bokk na ci moom du ma ne ci la tàmbalee sama diggante ak Ahmadou borom jaam ndax sëñ Touba won na ma lu ne man ci ay jaar-jaar waaye lii bokk na ci yi ma gënoon a yéem lii ci la bokk ndax sama diggante ak soxna si ba ma jógee Kazu Rajab ba léegi laataa maa dem lañ ma yëgal sama yaram ci sëriñ bi tànn gi ma tànn teg ma fi ma teg ne ma toogal xaar sama gan ñi ñu ñëw nga teerul ma leen teralal ma leen yëg naa ko laataa maa dem sama doom yi laa jël seede takk na samay bagage ni ma màggalee ren Kazu Rajab musuma koo màggale dem naa ba ne du ma dem lépp lu ma daan yëg ci Kazu Rajab bi ak nu ma ko daan defe rek tey dañ koo wëlbati ndekete lu mag mooy jóge fa mu nekkoon di daanu si ci diine l'islam tuub di jullit jox boppam Serigne Touba te gis naa ci moom ngëm goo xam ne ak détermination ci bëgg Serigne Touba goo xamee ne nii lu ma gën a yéem ci Cheikhul Khadim ci la bokk man lijjanti wu ma sama bopp wala sëñ Fara wala jëmmam ji moom mais pas-pas bi ak ni mu demee ak yëg-yëg bi ndax ñun ci yoon wi lañ alali Serigne Touba la ñu te xamuñu leen lu dul yoon wi am na loo xamee ni bu amee na muy jógee fa muy jógee na lañ koy yëgee na lañ ko dunde ndax weer wi mu dugg ci l'islam di weeru rajab bis bi mu dugg ci l'islam di bisu Kazu Rajab ba ci ëllëg sa ren demuma sax cérémonie ba man dañoo wëlbati sama lépp ndekete sëñ Fallou daf maa won ne ma Serigne Touba lii laa lay liggéeyloo ren ci màggal gi barke Serigne Abdou Akim mi may yaakaar weer wi mu duggee ci l'islam bis bi mu duggee ci l'islam di Kazu Rajab ba ci ëllëg sa heure bi nga xamee ne nii ci la ci tàbbi julli naa ci jumaa ji ba pare toog wëlbati waat toogaay ndekete sëriñ bi delloo ma fa nga xam ne fa la nam fa laay toog xaar ganam ji ak fi mu ko defee di jumaay Tuubaa ji ak diggante bi mu ko defee ma wéeru ci barabu ko tedd ki jàkkaarloog barabu sëñ Fallou bi ci tàndarma gi julli ci jumaay Tuubaa ji gee ba pare toog li ma toog man xamuma ko sax laataa moo yegsi nag ñaari jataay am na fa yoo xam ne bu ci nekk gan la waaye loola man xaw ma woon ne ndekete dañuy waajal gan gi war a ñëw bi ma yegsee maag sama njaboot ñoo ngi fekk góor gu toog yor na 3 lu met valise yu ndaw xawma lu ne ci valise yi waaye alxuraan lañ ko fekk mu toog di ko jàng bi ma ñëwee bañ koo jege ndax soxna laa ma xaw koo daandu tuuti waaye ñoo bokk jataay bi ndekete dañ ñoo dëj alxuraan laa fa fekk kooku di ko jàng ma toog ak sama njaboot ba yàlla dogal mu dikk sëñ boobu bokk na ci ki ko jox kurus ne ko kurus sëñ Fallou la day ci wir di ñaan ba lay am sëñ bi bis bi ak waxtu wi ak fi ñu toog ak pas-pas bi ma gis ci soxna si moog sëñ Faram yi li xew man du ma ne murit laa bëgg a doon man murit laa alali sëñ Touba laa Cheikhul Khadim bokkuma kenn sëñ Touba ma moom man yëg naa ne dañu maa tànn maag sama njaboot li ma gën a def aal ba ma ñëwee ba léegi nag li di ay murit waaye sëriñ bi yëgloo ak tànn gi ma tànn man ak ni ma doone murit bu xeebu ne ma toogal fii teerul ma sama gan gi teralal ma ko loolu ku mu doyul leneen du la doy man maa ngi sant sëriñ Touba dolli ci li ma ko doon sant sama giiru dund ndax lii du lu ndaw du lu ñu programmé du lu ñu tollale bagage yi sëriñ bi la bagage yi sëriñ bi nag ku dajeeg moom di nga yëg ni lii daj nga bagage sëriñ Touba mooy lii nii ci moom ba ñuy ñëw li ma koloo musuma koloo noonu ak waxtu week lépp man dafa mel ni dañ maa defar rek ne ma toogal xaar ki ñu def loo nag moom sañoo dem sax waaye yow yaa xamul li xew waaye ki la def loo moom xam na li xew ndax man maa gën a jaaxle ñëpp sëñ bi ba mu yegsi ak ni mu yegsee la ma xalaat ak boppu neen bi ne kii lu tax ñu di ko dugal te muuruwul waaye bi ma xoolee sëñ bi mu àndal ma ne kii murit la bu defee lii am na lu tax ndekete ñoom da nga leen bàyyi seen sago ba ñu yëg xaw ma xamuñu ndax la ko jëlee fële ak ni mu dikkee lépp xaj na moom wax na leen ko ndax man xaw ma woon li muy wax anglais la doon làkk léegi xaw ma ci dara damay wax rek man ni mu demee li ma yegg loolu noonu bi mu toogee bokk na ci li mu njëkk a wax ne bu ëllëgee ñaan naa laa yàlla bu may dellusiwaat muuru solu nii mel comme ni ma war a mel ndekete booba ba tey li war a xew ñun xamuñu ci dara dañ koy yëglu kol googu mu doon wax ak yëre yi bi ma koy summi ci buntu kër sëñ Fallou bi sama doom yi dañoo tiit ne ma dem mbaa duñ la filmer ndax xaj na sax ki ma nekkal ndax ñun yëguñu dara ci suñu bopp lu dul àll sëñ Touba lañ ay dongo lañ ay murit lañu waaye booba yëgatuma ko damaa dugal rob bi rek daal di futteeku daal li xew-xew xam ne man sëñ Touba jaral na ma lépp yàlla suturaal nañ sax ba ay filmer yooyu yëpp am ci waaye booba yëgatuñu len tànn googu mu ñu tànn nag ba teg ñu toog di ko xaar ñun yëg gi ñu yëg ne xam nga ki la moom sax xam na la waaye fi ma toll laay waxee yëg gi ñu yëg ne Serigne Touba xam nañu ba tànn ñu teg ñu fa ñu toog di ko xaaral kii nii tàbbi ci di alalam jóge fa mu jóge ak buntu ba mu jóge diggante Haïti ak Amérique ñëw ba Touba ci biir jumaa ji dem naa ba tàng ne man maa ngi leen di waatal ci daraje Cheikhul Khadim ne sëñ Touba te loolu amul sax tàng dëgg la sëñ Touba seede na ak njëbbalam ndax fam ko defee tax waxtu woowu munta toog mukk jumaa ji ñëpp génn nañu ba ñuy tëj jumaa ji taxaw di ñu soññ mujj ki leen jiite ne bàyyi leen ñu yeggale ñun ak moom film boobu ci waxtu woowu jóge ci fi mu jógee di dugg ci diine l'islam ci biir jumaay sëñ Bamba ji boobu am ci Serigne Touba ci weeru Rajab ci bisu sëñ Fallou loolu Serigne Touba mënu koo ñàkk bañ a seede sëñ Fallou mënu koo ñàkk bañ a seede Serigne Abdou Akim sama yaakaar mënu koo ñàkk bañ a seede ak sëriñu sëñ bi sëñ Cheikh Abdoulaye Dieye ndax sëñ Cheikh Abdoulaye Dieye loolu xaaju fi am na leneen lu ma booleeg moom bu yàgg am na jamono yoo xam ne ba may jël sama carte di ko sànnil am na ñu ma àndaloon dañ doon ree ci élection dama ne man sànni lu ma nit xaw ma nit sëñ Touba laay yëg sëñ Touba mi muy tudd te naan allahu waahidun sëñ Touba laay sànni sama carte keroog moom laa ko jox te xaw ma kenn Cheikh Abdoulaye Dieye ba tey jii kon dëgg rek kay dëgg sëñ Fallou dëgg rek kay dëgg maa ngi jéggulu ci ni may waxee waaye kii du lu mu programmé du lu mu defal boppam bi mu may wax ci jumaa ji ne ma dama bëgg bu ma la waxoon ni ma def ba ñëw di nga xam ne li may wax dëgg la ci man ma ne ko yow yaa yaakaar ne yaa def ba ñëw waaye ki nga xam ne loxoom joti na fu ne kooku moo la indi moo ma dëj fii man ki ma dëj fii ne ma toogal xaar te xaw ma woon li may xaar moo la jële fa nga nekk indi la te mi ngi seede te man li ma wax lu ma ñeme la ba ca kanamu Cheikh Ahmad Bamba Xaadimu Rasuul man naa seede li mu yëg li xew bisu màggalu Kazu Rajab musuma ñàkk bañ a dem cérémonie officielle sëñ Fall dafa wëlbati sama lépp ne ma tey lii moom laa la jagleel ci màggal gi loolu nag sama diggante sëñ Fall leneen la sama sëriñ xam na sama cofeel ci Cheikh Mamadou Fadal Mbacké mu sëñ Abdoulaye Mbacké sëñ Fall xam na sama cofeel ci Cheikh Mamadou Fadal Mbacké kon lii mënul woon a ñàkk ci ba mu dalee ci Kazu Rajab gi man xam naa ne Alaaji Fallu moo may won ne ma rek sama digganteeg moom lépp a ngi dox rek ak diggante yëpp maa ngi jégglu ci waxit bi waaye lii ku jaxasoowul ci jëf ji bu dee sëñ Tuubaa rek ngay dund ma xam ne sax doo nit waaye sëñ bi defalaat nañu leneen lu bees man nag li mu ne ba ma ko laajee ci jumaa ji lan nga bëgg ma doon ko ci yow mu ne ma yoonu l'islam wi mu tàbbi tey soxla na ci nday daara yoo xamee ni nii ak nangam lam ko boole lépp nangu naa doon léppam ci barke Cheikhul Khadim man luñ ma woo ci Serigne Touba taxaw na Serigne Touba jaral nañu lépp waaye soxna may nii ku ne xam na ne lii lu daw yaram la lu daw yaram la lii bokk na ci bagage Serigne bi ak kéemaani Serigne bi waat rek ndax mun ngaa ñëw sax xool dara door a gis wala nangam mais yëg-yëg bi ñaari fan yi ma nekk ak moom bis bi man yombul may tëb di dugg nit noonu mais yëg-yëg bi ba ma gisee moom ca jumaa ji ba léegi dafa benn bëgg gi ma ko bëgg dañ ko def sama deret ni ma bëggee Serigne Touba ni la sama xol bi nangoo xale bi barke Serigne Abdou Akim Mbacke yàlla na la Serigne Touba sàmmal boppam lii mu def moom sax moo koy sàmm ndax moo ko def ci loo ñaanul yow ci loo sàkkuwul sëriñ bi alalam fu mu nekk mu jëli ko indi yàlla na la Cheikh Ahmad Bamba teeral boppam téyel la sa ngëm ak sa lislaam ak sa bëgg Serigne Touba aaral la boppam ci barke Cheikhul Khadim ñun nag nangu nañu ci barke Serigne Touba fas nañu yéene matuñu saa jëwri waaye dinañ ànd ak yow doon sa mbokkum taalibe ci daraje Cheikhul Khadim suñu yaakaar tey day ëllëg sant nañ Serigne Touba bu baax a baax.
All right, that was nice to have our sister in our religion, also in our tariqa of love, brotherly love from Philadelphia, Muridi of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba from here, West Africa, from Senegal. Long life to our Khalif, Sheikh Muntakha, but also to my Sheikh Murtada, and also all the viewers watching us right now. Until next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Jërëjëfati Serigne Touba. Jaraw lak Imam Cheikh Ibrahima Fall.
رنا سكر الذي بالكاب والنون ما شاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون رنا سكر الذي بالكاب والنون ما شاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون